What's going on, everybody? This is Noble, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my Danger Dark World deck profile. So I have had the best time playing with this deck. It is a blast. It just does so much discarding and special summoning and discarding. It's just a ton of fun. I really recommend you guys picking this up if you haven't already been able to put this deck together and throw it together. And the extra deck's a ton of fun as well because there's no like specified extra deck for it. It's just kind of whatever you think would fit best. So we play a lot of level 8 exceeds and some links, stuff like that, some monster negates, spell negates. It's just a ton of fun. So without further ado, guys, let's get right on into this one. To start off with, we were playing 3 Grapha Big Boy Dragon Lord of Dark World. This card is just the boss monster of Dark Worlds. If you don't know that, like, he's just really, really great. 2700 defense, 1800 attack. He's a level 8 and has the effect. So the Dark World are like, they're worded weird. Just like an FYI, if you didn't know that it's like worded kind of weird. But basically, what he does is you can special summon this card from your graveyard. By return and face up Dark World monster you control to the hand and set another copy of this card. So he's easy out from the graveyard, and that's fantastic because he's a big body. And if this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one card your opponent controls and destroy that target. And then if it was discarded from your hand by an opponent's card effect, you can look at one random card in your opponent's hand. Then if it was a monster, you can special summon to your side of the field. He just does a ton of really great things. Easy to get out. He can pop. It's just really great card. I definitely think it's a 3-0 from this deck, regardless if you're playing pure Dark Lord or Danger Dark World. Excuse me. Next up, I'm playing 3 of Snow, Unlive Dark World. Basically, what she does is this card is discarded. You can search a Dark World card and add it from your deck to your hand. And if she's discarded by an opponent's card effect, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard and then special summon that target if any face up to the defense position to your side of the field, which is really, really cool. Next up, we are playing 3 Brow Huntsman of Dark World. This card is really great. Basically, he's just like free draws, because if this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, you draw a card plus another card. This card is discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect. So like, he's going to get discarded a ton. So that's just digging deeper into the deck, which is awesome. And then I'm playing 1 Lucent Netherlord of Dark World. I like this one because if he's discarded, if he's discarded the graveyard by a card effect, you can just special summon to the graveyard, which is really great. You can just like get a free 2400 body onto the field because he's gonna get discarded. So that's actually it for the Dark World package. Let's get into the Danger package because I do play a big one. I'm playing 3 of Mothman. This card is just so good in this deck, particularly. It is just so good. So what this card does is you can reveal this card from your hand. For those of you who don't know all the dangers, like, you reveal them to the hand, and then your opponent randomly discards a card from your hand to discard. And then if it was the danger monster, you get a particular effect. If it was not the danger monster, then that monster gets summoned to the field, and then something happens. So what Mothman does is if he was discarded, if he was not discarded, you special summon 1 Danger Mothman from your hand, and then you draw a card. And if this card was discarded, you can have both players draw a card, and then both players discard 1 card, which is basically, this card is like a walking Dark World dealings, pretty much. Or this card can get on the field, and then you draw 1. So this is a really, really good card, especially for this deck. I'm playing 2 Bigfoot. I think this is weird. They came both from the Mega 10s, but like, I don't know if you can see that, but the color differentiation is a little bit weird. Anyway, I'm playing 2 Bigfoot. I would play 3. I literally cannot find my 3rd one, so I'm playing 2. I don't have much choice right now. But I would bump this up to 3, but this one is really cool. If he was not discarded, then you special summon Bigfoot, and then you draw a card. And if this card is discarded, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it. Doesn't have to be a monster, doesn't have to be a spell or trap. Any card, you get a pop. That's really great. Or you can get out a level 8, 3000 attack body on the field, which is cool. I'm running 1 Thunderbird. Thunderbird's really, I like Thunderbird personally. It might be my favorite one. If it was not discarded, you special summon it, then draw a card. And then this card was discarded, you can target a set card your opponent controls and then pop that. So this one's set, this one's face up. I don't know, I just like Thunderbird a lot. But these definitely help go into our level 8 plays as well. I'm running 1 Jackalope because, unfortunately, we can only play 1 Jackalope. But I get it, and I understand why. If the discarded card was not Danger Jackalope, you special summon Jackalope from your hand, draw a card, and this card was discarded, you special summon a Danger Monster straight from your deck in defense position, which is like really, really crazy. Also playing 1 Nessie for the same reason. We can only play 1 Nessie. Same thing, this card was not the one that's discarded, you can special summon, draw a card. And if it was discarded, you can add one danger card from your deck to your hand, any danger card, spell or trap or anything like that, which is really nice. One Tsuchinoko. This one's cool because same thing, you can special summon it, draw a card. If it was not discarded, and if it was discarded, you special summon this card anyway. So this card's coming out in the field regardless, whatever happens. One Ogapoko. Pogo stick. This card is cool. Same thing, if it's not discarded, hits the field, you draw a card, but if it was, you can send a danger card from your deck to the graveyard, except another copy of this card, so you can Foolish Burial, which is nice. And then for the last one Chupacabra, because if this card was not discarded, this card was discarded, you can target danger monster in your graveyard, except another copy of this card, and then special summon it. So either way, you're either going to get Chupacabra on the field or another card if you have a target in the graveyard and get out in the field, which is really cool. So it is a big danger package. I probably would bump up Bigfoot to 3 because more than likely, the age and nowadays in Yu-Gi-Oh, the card's going to be face up. You don't really have a ton of set things. For Thunderbird, so I probably would bump up Bigfoot to 3. If you want to do that, that would be totally fine. I'm not running any hand traps, and the reason I'm not running hand traps is because a lot of times they would just get discarded anyway. Like if you're going second and you don't pull an ash, but then you draw into the ash, that ash is getting discarded or something like that. Like this, you discard so much. So I didn't really want to waste those resources. I thought I could use a spot for something else. But if you want to run them, hey, that's fine. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. Play quite a bit of spells. So to start off with, I'm running 3 Trade-In, because Trade-In is really good in this deck because we have a ton of level 8 targets, and then we get to draw 2 and then get their effects as well, so that would be really, really nice. I'm also running 3 Allure of Darkness because everything in this deck is dark. Now, you don't want to banish too many things, but it's okay. It's okay to banish a few things and draw 2. Like, that's okay. You just have to be selective on what you banish for whatever plays you're trying to go with. I'm running 2 card destruction. I was thinking about running this at 1, but this deck is all about discarding. So I'm running 2 of this. Card destruction is really simple. Each player discards their entire hand, then draws the same number of cards they discarded. Really, really simple. I'm also playing a Pot of Avarice because we want to get those resources in our graveyard and add them back into our deck for additional discarding. So this card is really good. And on top of that, getting those resources back to the deck, you get to draw 2, so that's awesome. I'm playing kind of a tech card. 2 Drag Down into the Grave. If you don't want to play this, that's fine, but I like this because a few reasons. 1, both players reveal their hands, then each chooses 1 card from their opponent's hand, so the knowledge we gain is really good. They do get to see ours as well, but then you discard the chosen cards from both players' hand, then both players draw a card. So discarding as well as gaining knowledge is really, really nice in this deck. I'm running 3 Dark World Dealings. This card is like, maybe I have like 5 copies of this, 6 copies of this with Mothman. Because each player draws a card, then each player discards 1 card. Really, really simple. Not once per turn. Nice to have. I'm running 2 The Gates of Dark World. I thought about running this at 3, but I wanted to run a few other things, so I bumped it down to 2. But it's really cool because it's the field spell for the Dark World archetype. And it does it has the effect where all Fiend type monsters gain 300 attack and defense. And then once per turn, you can banish the Fiend monster from your graveyard, discard a Fiend monster, and then draw a card. So you banish, discard, get an effect, draw a card. That's really, really nice. I'm running 1 Gateway to Dark World. I run 1 of this. I run it at all, period, because it is nice sometimes. You just get like Graph Out from the graveyard or something like that. Quick effect. Because quick effect, you can target Dark World monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. You can't special summon monsters the turn you activate this effect, but you can't special summon other monsters. So I only run it 1 because it does lock us out. But most of the time I use it during our opponent's turn anyway to get like Graph Out or something like that. So I'm running this. If you want to get rid of this and like run a 3rd Bigfoot, use that spot for a 3rd Bigfoot, that would be great. For the traps, I'm just going to go ahead and put them right here. I'm running 2 Eradicator Epidemic because this card is really crazy. You tribute a dark monster with 2,500 or more attack, and you declare 1 type of card, spell a trap, and look at your opponent's hand, and all spells and traps they control, and all cards they draw until the end of their 3rd turn after this card's activation. Destroy all cards of that type, which is really, really great, straight up limiting for 3 turns what your opponent can do. And then for the last 2, I'm playing 2 Danger Zone. Now, you might be thinking why, but this card is really cool. Because we play so many dangers, we have a lot of targets for this. You draw 3 cards, then you discard 2 cards, including at least 1 danger card. Or if you have no danger cards in your hand, show your entire hand and then shuffle it back into the deck. That's really not going to be a problem if you don't hit a danger. Like that's if you don't already have a danger and then draw 3 and you still don't have a danger, that's crazy. Like that's insane. That's rarely going to happen probably. So this card is really good. You get draw 3 and discard 2, get effects. It's just fantastic in this deck, and the artwork is really, really cool. Bigfoot and Nessie fighting over it, and these dudes are just like, oh my gosh, I should have stayed home. But anyways, guys, that's actually it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. Like I said, the extra deck is, wow, this was horrific. The extra deck is very, very optional on what you want to play. So to start off with, I'm running 2 number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord because the monster negate on this thing is so clutch. For those of you who don't know, it's 2 level 8 monsters. You're not going to have a photon as material, so that doesn't matter. But when opponent's monster phase is activated, quick effect, you detach 1 material from this card and negate that monster's effect. You're not going to have the galaxy attached to it, so it won't destroy, but it will negate, which is really nice. I'm also running 2 Hope Harbinger, so I'm running 2 monster negates and 2 spell negates because Hope Harbinger is just really fantastic. Once per turn during either player's turn, a spell card or effect is activated on the field, you negate that effect, and if you do attach that card to this card's material. So it's really cool, especially against Sky Striker, because they won't gain that resource in the graveyard. It comes to your side of the field and attaches material, so they lose that. And then when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you detach 1 material from this card, change the attack target to this card, and then perform damage calculation. And then if a face-up XYZ monster or monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target 1 face-up XYZ monster you control, and it gains attack equal to one of those destroyed monsters' original attacks. So this card does a lot, but I really like that spell negate, and then you can just straight up take it, so that's really cool. I'm running 1 Jingirsu because this card is just, it's such a good level 8 Exceed, because basically on its summon you get to spin off something from your opponent's field. You can send 1 card, your opponent goes in the graveyard. It's non-targeting, non-destruction, which is like the best removal in the game. It's just really, really great. If you think you're going to more of these, you could bump this one up, maybe bump down a Hope Harbinger or a number 90 if you want to run 2 Dingers, so that would be fine as well. I'm running 1 Evil Storm Exciton Knight, just in case you want to blow up some board. 1 Tornado Dragon. 1 number 60, and also 1 Degusto Emerald, excuse me. For the links, I'm playing a Boral Sword, just to help with OTK, an Appaloosa, the Nightmare package, consisting of Unicorn, Phoenix, and also Cerberus. And then last but not least, I am running 1 IP Masquerena, because I have used this a few times in this deck. It's just nice to have that option to go into your opponent's turn, bring something out, and then it has protection using her effect. So that is it for the deck, guys. I do hope you enjoy this. This is a fun deck to play. I'm actually going to start doing a series called Rogue Duels, and that's going to come out in a few weeks, and I'm definitely going to be using this deck, so you'll see how it plays and stuff. But it is just a ton of fun to play, man. The effects just straight from discarding all the time, things happening on the field. It is just a lot of fun. I really recommend you picking this up, and it is not very expensive at all. You know, Jackalope being like 13 or Nessie being like, I think Nessie's like 10 or something like that. It's really not that expensive. It's not bad at all. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it while you're here. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe. If you like this video, hey, give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. And go ahead and hit that notification bell so you become a part of the notification team, so you get notifications for deck profiles just like this one. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.